What I'm about to share with you is a warning to be very careful about who you invite into your place or who you allow to become your roommate. This is something that had hunted me for a very long time. Even though it happened 7 years ago, I'm still recovering. The amount of damage he has caused in me has left me so shaken up to the point I can't trust people. I have to work 2 jobs just to make sure I'm able to pay rent because I refuse to have a roommate. This is what happened. I was working at a factory with Amazon and I was making $30 an hour. I was making good money. I was working for 48 hours a week. That was until my hours got cut down to 24 hours a week. And because of that, my paychecks weren't as big as they were before. I wasn't able to pay a whole lot off. I couldn't even at times pay some of the bills. That's when I decided that maybe I need to get a roommate. So I put up an ad online looking for roommates because I was really in desperate need for one. I did have some rules. They had to be clean. They had to pay their portion of the bills. They weren't allowed to bring any guests over without me knowing. And they just had to be respectful of the house. I figured those were simple rules to follow. So no one should have a hard time with those type of rules that I set. Anyway, 2 days later, I got a notification of a dude looking to take me up on my offer. His name was Trevor. He was looking for a place to stay after leaving his parents' place. I was talking to him through the phone, haven't met him yet personally, but from what he was saying, it seems like he checks all the boxes out correctly. When he told me to meet him at Starbucks, I did. And when he came in the Starbucks and introduced me as Trevor, I was taken aback a little bit. This dude was kind of gothic. Now, I'm not stereotyping anyone. Doesn't mean anything. If he wants to be gothic, he can be gothic. Like I said, as long as he follows those rules, I don't care what he is. He could be a cat, a dog, boogeyman, doesn't matter. You follow the rules, you won't have no problem. He sat down and talked. He was very intelligent. After a while, I decided to let him become my roommate. He was really excited. He finally had his own place away from his parents. And I told him, "You're going to like it, trust me. Everyone here gets along great. You'll feel welcome into this neighborhood." After I told him that, his response gave me chills.
"Are my demons welcome as well?"
See what I mean? Chills. I replied to him and asked him, "What do you mean by demons?" "You know what? Never mind. As long as you follow the house rules, we'll be alright." But little did I know, that was a red flag. A couple of days later, after Trevor moved in, that's when things started to get bad. Like, for instance, Trevor would leave his room really filthy with food and crumbs everywhere, to the point my house became a roach-infested place. Another thing that he's done, he would go in the bathroom and use it and would come out and leave it smelly and wouldn't even clean up after himself. And then when I tried to confront him about it, he would get mad at me and tell me to stop controlling him and let him do what he wants to do. After that, it got even more worse and more gross. I would wake up to see blood smeared all over the walls in the hallway. I looked around and I noticed that it was smeared all over my room, everywhere, on my bed, on my walls, the walls I just painted. So I was going to confront Trevor. I knocked on his door and he opened it up, and I asked him, "Hey, listen, Trevor, I noticed that I'm seeing a bunch of blood stains around the house, and I want to know, how did they get in my room? Because you know you're not allowed in my room. That's gross and disgusting. I want you to clean up after yourself, please. I'm not going to ask you again. And if you keep doing this, I'm going to have to kick you out. That's gross and disgusting. I can't live with no one like that. You lied to me. You had me thinking you were a clean person." After I got done berating him about what he'd done, his replies were,
Worry, it won't happen again because the sacrifice has came.
Before I can even reply back to him, he ran up to me and sprayed something in my face. I don't know what it was, but it had my eyes itching. Then all of a sudden, I felt really lightheaded and I collapsed. I felt like I woke up about an hour and a half later. I was tied up on something. It was a bed, but it wasn't mine. It was Trevor's bed. My shirt was off, and when I looked down at my chest, I noticed some sort of pentagram was drawn on it. I turned around and I saw Trevor looking at me psychotically. I didn't know what was going on, so I asked, "What the hell? Why do you got me all tied up? What do you plan on doing to me?" "Trevor, let me go. Untie me right now, man. This is not funny. I don't find this funny at all. Let me go." He replied to me with a very cold and chilling voice. He told me,
I'm sorry. I can't let you go. See, you need to be sacrificed to my gods. You're a horrible roommate, and I'm so done with hearing about your fucking rules. I need someone who's gonna be more like me. It's just a sacrifice. In just a few moments, I'm gonna cut open your stomach and I'm gonna give my God your livers and your heart as a way to show my appreciation to my God.
"You're mental. You need help. Let me go." "Nah, you're mental. You need help. Let me go right now, man. I'm not playing. Let me go." But Trevor had no plans on letting me go. He kept me there. Then he reached out for his knife. He held the knife near the pentagram that was drawn on my stomach. I knew this was gonna be it for me. I was thinking about my entire life flashing by before me before my death. I really thought this was gonna be it for me. As I was coming to terms with my death, I remember my house door busting open and 5 officers came in and tackled Trevor down to the ground and had him arrested. Now keep in mind, I never called 911, nor was I really loud to the point where anyone could hear me. But it turns out Trevor was wanted for 4 other murders, and they've been tracking him, been wanting to arrest him. That's when they tracked him down at my place. It's really funny if you ask me. It was perfect timing, because had those cops not arrived, I would have been dead. I'm so thankful they came and arrested this crazy person. I really just hope Trevor gets the help that he needs. And after this whole entire situation, I'm not so quick to trust people. I work 2 jobs now, and I don't even mind working 3 jobs, even if it means never having to rely on a roommate to help with financial situations. I'd rather kill myself working than to have that happen to me again. I'm just lucky to be alive.